Our first encounter truly felt like something out of a fairy tale. But this time, for our reunion, I want us to face reality together.
Standing before you is Gracia the Royal Knight. I might be slow at picking things up, but I make up for it in resolve. You're lucky to have me with you.
Sylvania's future hinges on many controlled variables. Perhaps you are one of them, Detective.
truth and lies, kindness and deceit. I will be fooled by them no longer.
Ho-ho! Time to show you what an Argent Knight can do.
I'll be your trustworthy sidekick and the most powerful weapon in your arsenal.
You're no longer required. The time for games has ended.
All right, villain. Down you go. An easy block. In the name of the Queen! Surrender at once, or prepare to meet your end! Come forth, Royal Lance! Glorious Aglaia!
Timing is everything. Never more. I've warned you. Stay sharp.
Out of my way!
Your death is insignificant!
You reap what you sow. Truth and lies, kindness and deceit. I will be fooled by them no longer.
Let's cut to the chase before you are silenced for good. Reset the board. Distraction. It's all in vain.
You won't get away with this! It's too late. Now say your last words. Go Aglaya! Bow before my might. Hell is where you belong.
I've seen hell. It's not toil or torment of the flesh. Those demons. Every one of them wears a kind, coaxing face. Truth and lies, kindness and deceit. I will be...
My goal is to become a knight that everyone can be proud of. An agenda? What on earth is that?
Ever since becoming Cinderella, I felt a burning sensation within me. I have to focus quite a bit to keep that feeling contained.
It's here.
Please enter.
Red Rose was here moments ago. She can't have gone far. I need somewhere with good visibility. I'll track her down by her red dress.
It would seem UMI has had its work cut out as of late.
An understatement. Their pressure to hit sales quotas aside, there's infighting going on too.
Is that so? Those newcomers looked down on the old blood years ago. Well, looks like we've had the last laugh after all.
They're new money. What do you expect? Ready your wallet. Their stocks will plummet, and we'll swoop.
Well, gladly, Mrs. Ramon. Here's to a brighter, wealthier future.
Well, that wasn't Red Rose.
And?
His estate has 2 elderly servants, no guards.
Wouldn't that suggest we've little to gain?
He's a duke with a considerable inheritance. It'll be worth it. All you need to do is hang in there a little longer.
Easy for you to say. I'm the one who has to accompany him back. That leering, sleazy mull of his.
Pipe down. We're being watched.
Planning some kind of scam, no doubt. I should alert the victim to be, but not right now.
Oh, Julio. Do you dance like that every night too? Drinking, dancing, flirting, never stopping for anyone. Do you remember how we danced the night away when we first met? Your whispered words of love, of eternity. Listen, it's our song, our first dance. When you hear it, do you think of me still?
I should try my luck elsewhere. There are too many people. Listening in one by one is a fool's errand. It's Red Rose I'm dealing with. She'll not sit still to be found. I need to change tactics. Wait, the woman earlier mentioned a melody that brings back memories. It's worth a try. Excellent.
Yes? Can I help you?
You hit a wrong note just now.
Apologies. It's likely fatigue. Where on earth is Maud? My fingers are growing numb.
Have you seen a lady in red?
In red? I'm afraid that describes rather too many. Besides, my attention's been on the playing. I can't exactly remember every guest passing by.
You seem exhausted. Shall I take over for a song or two?
You're serious? You can play the piano?
Not a whole evening's repertoire like you, but I'll have no trouble with a few pieces I know well.
Please, have a seat.
An enchanting tune. Not dancing to it would be a crime. You won't keep me waiting now, will you?
And what dance do you have in mind?
Instead of trite questions, why not just follow the instinct of your body?
Candidate, assassin, or last-minute reinforcement. Tell me, with which red rose am I dancing?
Shh. Now, don't spoil the moment. What you should be concerned with is how this dance of ours will end. To our dance.
To our dance.
I've had my fun, so I suppose you deserve a reward. I'm sure you came with questions. Before our pulses slow once more, ask away.
You're a woman of many faces. Which is the real you?
They all are. Or perhaps none of them. Who's to say?
As ambiguous as always. But I've come to expect that.
Well, it seems our little detectives reached a hypothesis. So I'll humor you. Tell me, who is Red Rose to you, detective? What's she like?
A noble of rank and influence.
Oh, you think so?
Your attitude, your attire, that condescending demeanor. You make no effort to hide your noble upbringing. What's more, you do as you wish in a ballroom crowded with powerful elites. Yet nobody bats an eye. No, your power is beyond most nobles' dreams.
Is that so? I am but a humble ship floating amid the storm they have unleashed.
Just what is this place anyway? I'm aware it's a noble ballroom, but I believe there's more than meets the eye.
What you see is what you get, cariño. The Midsummer Night's Ballroom is what you wish it to be, what you want to gain from it.
What's your connection to House Flora? You seem to be working in the shadows for a certain noble house. Or perhaps you're a high-ranking noble yourself. Rumors abound that House Flora grants flower-related titles to its esteemed members. Titles like Red Rose.
You seem quite knowledgeable in Flora's affairs.
The affairs of Sylvania and its power structures may be beyond my reach, but I know a little of them. Few noble families would shelter one as reckless and indulgent as you in their ranks. But Flora might.
Oh, do excuse me, Detective. I mean no offense, it's just that serious gleam in your eyes as you state your case. It reminds me of something.
You don't like serious people?
On the contrary, I find it most endearing.
Tell me what you know of Ashley.
Now that's more like it, Detective. I was starting to think you'd never stop asking about me. I know little of the girl, however. If you wish to learn of her past, her upbringing, then I'll have to disappoint you. You see, I've never cared much for identity. I think it's a boring construct. Such things are tools to be used when it's convenient, when it interests me to do so. She has just bloomed. Quite the scent of blood. Messy, clumsy work. Her first time? Not that it matters. Girls who can bloom all on their own become fine figures in the House of Flora. I'd better follow her. Yes, but no closer. Best to give her space. One ought not startle a frightened fledgling. It wouldn't end well. Poor girl. Who plucked you out and cut you down, my little flower? Don't you worry. Soon you shall flourish in our soil, little one. Just bloomed and already attracting pests. How predictable. I've no qualms with being the knight in shining armor, but I should hurry it up.
All alone at this hour, girl? Where you headed for, eh? You're soaked. Come home with me and I'll dry you off, eh?
Well, cat got your tongue? Oh, whatever. I like him quiet. Drag her off! Ah! Who's there?
Gentlemen, I have found her first.
Get the bitch! Watch it! She's got a gun!
You all have 2 left feet. it! Why don't you come with me?
You are a killer, aren't you?
Mind sharp as a knife. I knew it.
You dress so flashily. Aren't you worried about being seen?
A rose with sharp enough thorns need not worry who sees it bloom, Cariña.
Then you're strong, aren't you?
Very much so. You can be too.
Can you help me kill someone?
Oh, what a response. You know, I've taken many in before, and no two react quite the same. But that's a first.
Can you?
If I felt like it. Who?
Someone important.
A celebrity? Or a noble, perhaps? For the right price, even the Queen isn't out of the question.
No. He's with you, am I?
The United Mining Industry. It can be done, but it won't be cheap.
I have no money, but I'll give you anything.
I would never charge someone in such dire straits. Neither would I put my trust in their promises. However, I like that look in your eye. If one day this line of work appeals to you, or you get the money, come and find me here.
So you first met on a rainy night. You helped her out of some trouble and she asked to place a hit. You say you're just looking for a useful tool, for convenience. But why help out again and again?
All in good time. As I was saying, the poor girl looked for me time and again. Yet things didn't pan out as I'd hoped, and she refused my invitation. She saved up money, somehow. Not enough for a high-profile hit, but more than enough for a few odd jobs.
Odd jobs. So every time you show up, it's because...
Oh, like capturing a nameless clerk? Or coming to a certain detective's rescue when needed? That kind of thing.
And she did this why?
Why? I never asked. In my line of work, curiosity kills the cat, as it were. She paid for my help, and the job happened to suit my taste. A fine deal is all it was.
At least tell me where you first met her.
I've met with her 3 times. Twice here, then there was our first meeting. In Bridgehead.
Bridgehead? Can you be a little more specific?
Oh, come on. It's been a while. I can't recall every detail. Don't give me that look. If ever Detective comes asking for me, tell her everything. That was what she asked of me, and it's what I've done.
So Ashley was covered in blood when you first met her. To have clear bloodstains despite the downpour suggests that the bloodshed occurred somewhere close.
It's too late now. I must get to the bridge headquarters shelter. She cannot find me. No.
Bridgehead, a shelter. Oh, I see now. My thanks for all your help, Miss Red Rose. That's all for now. Farewell.
No, you don't. Take this with you.
And this is
a single-use skeleton key. No need to thank me. Consider it a reward for that splendid dance. And a word of caution. It's not just anyone who's after your head, Detective. Most never tread waters this deep, and the currents only get deeper. So be prepared, if you value your life. Oh, and one more thing. Regardless of her true intentions, that girl cares for you. So, don't let her down.
I know. Thanks.
My pleasure. Consider this an investment. I hope my judgment is right. Perhaps one day I shall need your aid, but in completing which task, I wonder.
Red Rose and Ashley first met at Bridgehead. As it happens, Ro mentioned a safe house there. That's no coincidence. I'm hardly familiar with the area. Scouring a place that size for a shelter with nothing but a picture will take too long. As I recall, there's a clock tower to the east. It'll afford me a good view to find a lead. That's where I'll start.
Truth and lies. already.
Greeting precise practice of lethality.
Is that all you've got? All right, villain. Down you go. Come forth, Royal Lance. Glorious Aglaya.
Surprise evaluation. I bid thee farewell.
Out of my way! You reap what you sow.
The Sylvania Observer. Mostly just finance news again this week. The Weekly Review mentions many new romantic novels, none of which interest me. Aha! Young Voices. The headline reads, Scientific Miracle. Royal Scholar unveils method of creating vampires. The Royal Academy has discovered that not only may vampires have existed throughout history, but they could potentially be created from humans. Vampire rumours were widespread during the reign of Queen Mary, it's true. Yet a lack of historical evidence means they remain mere rumours. If a scholar has uncovered evidence of their origins, then that's clear proof of the bloodsuckers' activity here in Sylvania. I suppose I can add them to the list of oddities and enemies to encounter, alongside werewolves and harpies. Vanilla, a chocolatey aroma, and a hint of something else too. I'd wager Alf's cooked up a novel dish in the kitchen again. I'd better take a look. Certainly smells more.
Chocolate, almonds, candied strawberries too, and just a little McBarley star sweets to garnish.
Making chocolatey treats, are we?
Alf's baking a chocolate cake, and Alf's even adding in McBarley's new licorice stars too. Haha! That sweet aroma lured you here, didn't it? Alf's pleased as pie.
I can't smell burning. There's no sign of a fire. I must say, it seems your cake's a success, Alf. When will it be ready? I'll prepare the tea and cutlery.
Huh? But this cake isn't for you, Master. It's actually for Miss Fartho. Alf can make another cake, or a better cake for you.
Fartho? Oh, I see. But why? You two aren't exactly close.
It's because Alf needs to apologise to her for something.
You used a scalpel she left here for that? For cutting up at roast chicken.
Alf, sorry. Alf didn't mean to.
Oh, don't tell me that the chicken we had 2 days ago was...
Oh, Alf's so sorry. It was only used once before Alf realised perhaps it's not meant for cooking. Oh, probably not.
Enough. I don't want to think about it, but you need to return it. I know Firtho all too well. She won't be best pleased when she finds out. A cake might not be enough to placate her. So, I'd better go with you.
You will? Oh, wonderful! Alf and Martha can deliver the cake together.
Something's amiss, though. It's not like Firtho to just leave a scalpel behind. I could imagine Alf losing something, but not Firtho. And also, she'd soon notice she's missing one. Maybe some troublesome patience on her mind, making her careless.
Master, you're mumbling to yourself again. Lovely cake, as sweet and fluffy as can be.
Firtho is likely at the corner clinic. Let's take it to her now.
Faster. Faster.
Miss Firtho, are you there? The door's locked.
The corner clinic is empty. It's not past closing time. Step aside, please, Alf.
Huh? There's nobody here.
Firtho's nowhere to be seen. Maybe she's busy elsewhere. She's left behind a lot to look through, though. I'll be able to figure out where she went. A letter that's been crumpled into a ball, addressed to Firtho and signed by a Sydney. It mentions someone called Williams, who Sydney claims is in extremely poor health. This Sydney wants Firtho to make a house call to visit him as soon as possible. It's dated 3 days ago. Williams. That name rings a bell. A vial's been left on the table. Maybe Firtho was in too much of a hurry to pick it up. Something was dragged through the liquid here, leaving marks. Something large and probably quite heavy. I wonder which of Firtho's possessions could have left a mark like that. There's some mud on the doormat, dark in colour, with what looks like moss and fertilizer residue. From well-maintained and moist earth, I'd say. A well-kept graveyard or park, perhaps. That's where I'd expect to see this kind of soil. Much of it has already dried and clumped. Whatever left it behind had likely been dragged along muddy ground for some time, and some of the dirt flaked off on contact with the mat. I think I've got a rough idea of the situation. Now to consider the clues and reach a conclusion. Perhaps... The scrape marks suggest Firtho dragged something heavy when she left. So, we've got a rather bulky item stored in the clinic, one Firtho brought in from outside, and it's mired in cemetery mud. Knowing Firtho, I'd wager it's... Yes, it can only be that. Yes, I think I understand now. Now to tell Alf my theory, and then we'll go find Firtho together. This letter, dated 3 days ago, is brief and clear. It mentions a very sickly patient named Mr. Williams. Given the liquids have yet to dry, Firtho must have left the clinic only earlier today. Perhaps something transpired in the days prior, maybe even leading to Mr. Williams' demise. Firtho isn't one to be controlled by emotion, but something about the letter clearly shocked her. Hence she crumpled it and then dragged the body bag with her on leaving. Does she believe Williams to be dead? Williams. I recall seeing a gravestone with that name by a nearby cathedral. Knowing Firtho, she'd want to go and examine the body. Let us go, Alf, to the Cathedral of Illumination.
Very well, Master.
She's not questioning my reasoning at all. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. The Cathedral of Illumination is located in the eastern part of High Piers. Many a late renowned figure is buried in its cemetery. It's not all that far from the corner clinic.
Hours. Speed up.
From the mess of footprints, it's safe to assume the cemetery's seen a lot of foot traffic recently. On closer inspection, this pair of footprints belongs to Firtho. I'll find her if I follow them.
Miss Firtho!
I've hardly been here long, and yet you've already found me. Stalking me, are you?
Stalking? With the amount of clues you left behind, it's like you wanted to be followed.
And Alf brought chocolate cake.
What's going on? What have you got yourself into? Tell me.
Buried here is Howard Williams, a pharmaceutical scholar. My father, in his time, was close friends with Howard. He was my father's fellow student, and later, his patient. I took over my father's patients once he passed away, Mr. Williams among them. I helped him remain in reasonable health despite his chronic liver conditions, until around half a year ago, when his maid wrote to say he would no longer require my services, and that he wished not to see me again.
He refused to even see you. But did you ask why?
I attempted to make contact, curious as to his reasoning, but he simply would not let me visit. Then, 2 days ago, I received a letter from his maid Sydney, and so rushed to his residence. On arrival, his son, wife, and others were already carrying his body away. They informed me that he'd succumbed to a heart attack, though he'd shown no such symptoms 6 months prior. As his former doctor, I felt unconvinced. I wished to inspect his body. The servants, however, held me back, and I was pushed away. All I could make out was an arm beneath the sheet that covered him. That was when something caught my eye. Along the sleeve of his suit was a long, bloody gash. The surrounding skin was a peculiar purplish hue.
You suspect he was murdered?
His refusal to let me visit in his final 6 months, then his sudden death, and his family's odd behavior. It all seems far too suspicious. Now I'm about to step into illegal territory, Detective. So unless you wish to become an accomplice to a crime, I advise you to leave.
A true detective doesn't shy away from criminality if it helps deepen their understanding of a case, especially one that implicates a friend. But Alf, you had better look away. Wait aside a moment.
Yes. Yes, Master.
Exhuming the body for an autopsy, I presume. Count me in.
The deceased's eyes are closed, a slight pain in his expression. The skin of his face, lips, ears, and the nail cuticles are purpled. There are signs that he bit his own tongue. Small pinpoint hemorrhaging with slight swelling is visible on the face and inner eyelids. The cause of death appears to be either asphyxiation or fluid buildup in the larynx triggered by an allergic reaction. A heart attack is also a possibility. The wound I saw on his right arm, it's gone. No, impossible. No signs of external trauma, and certainly none at all on his right arm.
Wait. She's right. Williams's body is laid in a slightly odd position. But that aside, he seems like just another heart attack victim. It could be that you remembered wrong, and there was no wound.
No, you must believe me. While I've no rational explanation for why it's gone, I know what I saw. I know there was a wound.
Then maybe someone faked it with dyes and paint, or the like.
No faked wound, no dye, paint, or otherwise would ever work to fool me. It was real. A thin gash around 4 centimeters in length. I remember it vividly.
If so, then its absence on the body would suggest this may not be Howard Williams after all.
No, I knew Howard. I recognize him well. It's him, all right? Laid in this grave is my father's friend, my former patient, the scholar known as Howard Williams.
If so, the injury must have healed post-mortem, leaving no trace. Most bizarre. I know how it sounds. But it is the only possibility left, is it not? Let's say your memory is correct, and the wound was definitely there. And this is without doubt Howard Williams. In that case, it logically follows that there's only one explanation. The flesh healed following his death.
It's unprecedented. The body, once dead, loses all function. An injury simply cannot heal after.
Master! Something evil!
A werewolf at the Cathedral of Illumination.
Watch out! I'll handle it. Prepare for surgery.
I'll take care of this.
There are too many of them. Make a run for it, and I will rejoin you soon.
Alf spent absolutely forever baking that chocolate cake. Oh, the cake. My cake.
The cathedral's meant to have a dedicated guard. Where did those werewolves come from? The timing's suspect too. It's as if they wanted to scare us away from the body to intervene in the autopsy. Something's off about Williams's corpse. But now...
Nobody gets between a doctor and her patients. Be they living or dead, I shall uncover the true cause of death. I'll get to the bottom of that mysterious wound, of the enemies that lurk in the shadows. Are you with me?
Consider me on the case. Let's get to it then. I think I must have had a nightmare. Still shaken from last night, perhaps. I agreed to take on Firtho's commission last night, so she's likely waiting for me downstairs.
Good morning.
You've bags under your eyes, Firtho.
I just cannot make head nor tail of that wound.
The truth will out eventually. Autopsy is your speciality, and deduction is mine. I'll make sure of it for you, Firtho. The murderer shall be found, and the truth unveiled.
Little has changed in 3 years. Well, if nothing else, you've turned making bold claims into an art form.
Promises, not claims. Comforting a client is an essential skill for any detective. I've just had practice. Where are you storming off to now?
Howard died at home, and that's where I'll start digging for the truth. He lived northwest of Dayfair Way, not all that far from my clinic. A manor with his name engraved on the sign outside. Here we are.
People are approaching. Stay sharp. It's that doctor from before. And she's brought company. Quick, deal with them. You shall not pass.
An easy block.
Timing is everything. Never more.
Greet the time for games has ended.
here to investigate. We mean you no harm.
Well, we were only just stationed here ourselves. Orders are orders.
Yes, as I recall, Miss rules dictate that a maid cannot go against their master's orders. That said, to stand in the way of our search for the truth would be an act of disloyalty to your late master, would it not?
You have a point there. Yet, even so, we cannot grant anyone entry. Perhaps you had best seek the police instead. Were they to send a constable, I'm sure the young sir would be willing to cooperate then.
A young sir, you said?
A young master, you say? May I remind you that Miss also forbids maids from disclosing their employer's identity?
Oh!
We may as well raise the case to the police. I just hope Lauren agrees to help.
Those maids are naive to the bone, much like the one in your employ back at the detective's office.
Be that as it may. You still terrified them with your teasing, though.
You're the one who pressed them on his identity, my dear detective.
Right. The young master of the house, likely Howard's son, will need to investigate why he's trying to stop us.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
The officer standing at the entrance of the constabulary seems troubled. I'll see if I can help him. Things certainly seem busy in the station today. Good day. We're here to raise a case.
We're a little busy today. You'll need to wait in line. Oh, I didn't realise it was you, Detective. I'll let my superior know at once. Just a moment.
Thank you. A superior? Would that be Lauren? Oh, either Lauren or... Oh. I just hope it's Lauren and not him.
I've returned with my superior, Detective.
Yes, it's me. Not who you hoped for.
No, not quite. What rotten luck.
Let me guess why you're here. It's about that Williams fellow, am I correct?
Yes, you know of him? Then it seems we're both working the same case. Let us work together.
You assume we're taking the same angle in our investigations. The Cathedral Browns were broken into last night. Howard Williams's grave was damaged, his just interred body stolen, and still missing. Eyewitnesses noted 2 suspects. One, a brown-haired woman in a white coat. And the other, a silver-haired woman in silver and purple garb, wearing a distinctive top hat.
Wait, the body is gone, yet Firtho took only an arm. Did somebody make off with the rest of his body?
What do you two have to say about that?
I'll admit that we were there, yes, but we did not steal the body. A witness placing us at the scene doesn't prove that we did. I've taken on this case as it's simply bizarre, beyond explanation. But if what you say is true, the corpse's absence is a good starting point. Werewolves stormed the cemetery last night and forced us to leave in haste. It's quite feasible that they stole or ate the remains after our scuffle.
I don't believe the constabulary is in the habit of taking investigation tips from suspects.
Listen, it's only fair that you take the crimes of those werewolves into consideration here.
Enough. Do not waste my time. I advise you two to stay on your best behavior. Once we've all the evidence we need, we'll be coming for you. In the meantime, as you're the major suspects in this case, you'll receive no aid from us. And you are barred from the Cathedral of Illumination.
You can't be convinced. I see that now. But Rex, I advise you not to let anger cloud your judgment, and instead focus on the investigation itself, as is your duty as an officer of the law.
Oh, I know my duties well. Don't you worry, suspect.
We're out of luck. No police support, and now Howard's body has vanished entirely.
As I told you yesterday, when I'm working, you do best to keep your distance.
Regardless, I know Rex well enough to say that he'd never be keen on lending us a hand anyway. The police aren't going to investigate Howard's cause of death anytime soon. We'll need a different angle to continue this case.
Miss Firtho? Miss Firtho, yes?
I think someone's calling for you.
My, it really is you. From the way you dress to how you hold yourself. Yes, you're just as the Baron described.
Who might you be?
A pleasure to meet you. I am Madeline, assistant to Baron Edgar.
Edgar? I know that name. What brings you here? Do you have a case for us too?
I am accompanying Baron Edgar to pay respects at the Williams estate. We were passing by just now when he saw you both arguing with that policeman. Hence, he stopped the carriage so I could see if it was really you. I believe your father, in his time, was quite close to Mr. Williams. Perhaps you would like to join us? Wonderful. The carriage is just over this way, if you please. Baron Edgar, we have guests.
Please, enter. I knew it. You haven't changed a bit. I spied you from the constabulary doorway and knew it was you. Your somber disposition and that sweeping doctor's coat. In all these years, you haven't changed a bit, Ms. Mortis.
I could say the same of you, Dr. Edgar. Despite the years, you remain the picture of youth. Something that never ceased to intrigue my father.
Ms. Mortis, an interesting name.
It's what they came to call me once my father revealed my secret autopsies. Those I conducted in my youth. I was somewhat reclusive and unsociable then. I barely spoke, preferring to hang back in the shadows, watching their discussions. When they termed me Miss Mortis, I voiced no objection, and so the name stuck.
That policeman earlier, he seemed quite irate. What's the matter? Perhaps I can be of assistance.
He's an old friend of Firtho's. I suppose we can tell him of our investigation thus far, yet we've no working theories on Williams's missing wound, nor the cathedral werewolf attack. We'd best keep those to ourselves for now. Given the peculiarities surrounding Mr. Williams's death, Firtho and I wished to investigate his residence. However, the manor staff refused us entry. Thus, we went to the constabulary in hopes of gaining police support. Instead, we find ourselves suspects. And, well, Rex has never been one to trust a lone detective. I should have known he'd refuse.
A detective? So you're a detective investigating Howard's death, I take it. I have perused many a work on criminology, yet never before have I witnessed a true detective at work. What about you, Madeline? Have you met a detective before?
What with the airship incident, I'd assume my face would be known to almost everyone. Yet...
Madeline and I are relics, mind you. We care naught for what goes on beyond our study, least of all what the papers print, so disregard our ignorance. But I'd be most pleased if you could work a little detective magic to humor us. I've another facet to my identity, aside from being a noble. Can you uncover it before we arrive, I wonder?
So he's more than just a noble. Let's see then. emblems are crafted from gold and engraved with the words Royal Academy. An enamel iris necklace inlaid with small diamonds. Such jewelry is most popular among House Flora. Also, whereas most Royal Academy members develop a slouch from their endless research sitting at desks, this gentleman sits straight. I believe I have it. Your second identity. You're also a merchant.
In a way, I suppose, yes. I do work with money. I am a Royal Academy administrator, and also a sponsor of emerging scholars who strike my interest. Both Howard Williams and Firtho's father Irving were once such students of mine.
We have arrived, sir.
You and your abilities are quite fascinating, my dear detective. If you wish to investigate, then investigate you shall. Nobody shall refuse you entry if I stand with you. Though admittedly, I may have little to do with the matter at hand. I burn with curiosity. Where will you take this talent of yours? What kind of truth shall you find?
May we gain entry this time, then? Dust so thick you can smell it in the air. And the light in here is dim, unusually so. We should seek out the housekeepers and learn more about what happened on the day of Williams's passing, and learn what we can of that odd wound.
Finally, you have returned, Miss Firtho. And who might this be, then?
Sydney, this is Detective and a friend of mine. We're here for an investigation into Howard's death.
You two feel it too. That something is not quite right here. Well, ask away. I shan't hold back a thing.
It sounds like you're also unconvinced by the supposed cause of death.
I feel something is amiss. Very much so. You see, only in his last 6 months did his health take a drastic turn for the worse. And moreover, the young master didn't seem very shaken. No, not shaken at all. Oh my, it's just like the stories, is it not? An ambitious prince seizing the throne by taking out his own father.
Seizing the throne?
I do tend to prattle on, but Master Williams was certainly acting odd in his final months. I wish to unveil the truth too, and find my peace.
Walk us through what happened yesterday.
It must have occurred in the afternoon. It was his custom as of late to retire to his room and conduct research following breakfast. He would insist upon not being disturbed, so we all attended to other duties once the washing up was done. I am unsure whether anyone visited his chamber during that time, but around 3, I heard an awful scream coming from his room. Upon rushing over, I found the guard on duty standing outside. Annie.
Annie? Presumably one of the 2 guard maids we met.
He'd locked himself in, and it wasn't until the young master brought over a lockpick that we could gain entry. And when we did, Master Williams was lying on the floor, still as a statue.
She heard a scream and rushed over to find his dead body.
What then? Did you check him for any signs of life?
The young sir tried to find a pulse, to no avail. He had me bring a sheet to cover his father, and instructed that we prepare for a swift funeral. The ceremony took place not long after, and we buried him in the family plot behind the cathedral.
They found the body around 3 in the afternoon and took it to the cathedral soon after. It would have been around evening, 6 or 7, by the end of the funeral rites. Before long, Furtho and I would have arrived at the grave. The timeline aligns. It could be true.
Well, that is how it transpired. Have you anything else to ask of me?
Yes, of course. I was wondering. I found your letter to Furtho in her clinic. What was that about, if I may ask?
That explains how you found me then. You must consider us close friends indeed, to happily dig through my personal letters.
Are we not? Besides, I saw it merely as a clue in the search for my dear missing friend, not a private letter.
You two are close, I can tell. In truth, it was Madam Williams who was concerned for Master's liver issues. He seemed all right under Furtho's care, but quickly began to worsen once he started refusing her checkups. Growing drowsier and weaker each day, Madam felt he was burying himself in his studies, not eating properly, and thus exacerbating his condition. Nothing she said could convince him, and so I reached out to you, Furtho, as the daughter of his old friend. I hoped perhaps he'd soften upon seeing you and listen. Never could I have imagined that he'd pass before your arrival.
Can you tell me who still remains in the manor?
Let me see. With Master gone, that leaves the young Master Boris, Madame Maria, myself, Jekyll, Grant, and 2 guardmates. I hear that the estate employed many more servants in the past, when Master's coffers were fuller. At present, though, I attend to Madame Maria, while almost all other estate affairs are handled by the butler, Jekyll. I believe he may have some of the answers you seek.
You mentioned a Madame Maria. Where might she be? I did not see her in the lobby.
Madame will be resting in her chamber. Master's passing was a heavy blow for her. She's been sleeping for hours and hours. If you have any questions for her, then please, ask me. I am always by her side, and know her affairs like they are my own.
Very well. Take good care of her, Sydney. Did Williams recently suffer any injuries that you can recall?
No. How could he have been injured? He would spend his days in his study.
I noticed a cut and purpling of the skin on his arm upon my arrival yesterday. Was it not apparent when you checked for any signs of life?
No. I'm sorry. Boris would not allow anyone near his body, and I do not recall seeing any such wound.
I believe we've a general idea of the events that transpired now. Boris's behavior warrants suspicion, indeed.
From what we've heard, it does sound like he'd succumbed to his illness.
Yet, I feel things have only grown stranger since we stepped into this manor. Let us continue asking around. The Royal Academy's glory and achievement suddenly bestowed upon you. I'm sure the Academy's honour weighed heavily on Williams's mind before he passed. What's this? A locket pendant with a photo of a woman. Dropped accidentally, perhaps, but by whom? The paintings on the walls strike me as somewhat tawdry.
I recall as a child, when I visited with my father, he held an impressive collection of authentic art pieces.
It would seem he sold the originals then, replacing them with cheaper reproductions. Interesting. This is worth asking the butler about.
It's awfully dim in this lobby, don't you think?
Yes, it struck me when we first entered. Has this always been the case?
From what I remember of my childhood, no. I never thought so. Let us inquire of the butler. He's likely to know if there's any reason behind it.
Hello there. I'm a detective. I'd say you look a little troubled. What's weighing on your mind?
With the manor's master gone, so too has its source of income. I cannot help but fear for my job as a butler. My name is Jekyll. I spoke to the Baron moments ago, and he explained your situation. I will answer any questions as best as I can.
What were you doing on the day that Williams died?
Following breakfast, I accompanied Master to his room to discuss research matters. As it happened, Grant and I were tasked with procuring supplies that day. Hence, we were outside from midday into the afternoon.
Supplies? Then how many of you were there?
3 of us. Myself, the servant boy, Grant, and one of the guard maids, Hannah. If you wish, I can provide a duty roster. The manor workforce has thinned considerably, so we've been scheduling our work for some time now.
Where did you go to procure these supplies?
We split up. I headed to the Quadric Emporium for spare garments, Grant to Willie's Teas and Coffees for coffee beans, and Hannah to the bakery for bread and the like. If you're wondering, it would have been around 8 in the evening by the time we had all returned to the manor, and it was then that we learnt of Master William's passing.
I'd like to know more about Baron Edgar. He seems to hold some authority around here.
Given that the Baron is an administrator of the Royal Academy, I believe it's reasonable to say that Master William saw him as a superior. Baron Edgar noticed his aptitude for all things medical and biological several years ago. And ever since, Master has conducted research under his wing. Naturally, Edgar handled the funding for much of that research. In essence, Master could never have covered this manor's expenses were it not for Baron Edgar's favor.
Perhaps I misunderstood, Jekyll. Surely these research funds were not spent on staff wages, a blatant violation of Academy practices.
There was nothing else for it, Doctor. The Baron became aware of it long ago, and in fact, Master took the initiative in confessing. Yes. It was around then that he had Master cut him his own set of manor keys, so that the Baron could check up on research progress at his convenience.
Keys to the manor, including keys to the bedroom in which Williams was found dead. Oh, that reminds me. Baron Edgar and Williams aside, who else possesses such a set of keys?
Keys to the front door in the master bedroom, you mean? Well, aside from them, I have a spare front door key on my person. Boris used to have a set of keys, but Master had them confiscated, as the young Master's behavior grew erratic.
That would explain why Boris resorted to using a lockpick when opening his father's door. It's likely he still has further methods of gaining entry, however. The young man down the hall seems to have had a lot to drink. Is that Boris?
Indeed it is, and I do apologize for the state he's in. He inherited neither his late father's erudition nor his mother's strength of character. Instead, he sank into drink and gambling upon coming of age. The Williams' fortune has been crumbling for some time, and we've him and his scoundrel friends to thank. The debts he accrues are bleeding this house dry.
A change in his usual tone of voice. Jekyll is clearly irritated with the young man. I presume Boris's hobbies gave his father no end of grief.
Precisely so. Both the master and the mistress have been left heartbroken in recent years. For they could not for the life of them talk sense into the boy. He frittered away his father's savings, the money from his sold-off art, and even Baron Edgar's funding. Yet Boris wanted more. He slithered into his father's room to try and pilfer his medicines.
He tried to steal and sell Howard's medicines. And did Howard catch him?
Oh, he caught the child all right. Barred him from entering again, too. Instead of repentance, the young Boris, he stated, "It does not matter. Once you're dead, what's yours will be mine."
He said that. Sydney's theory that he wished harm upon his father makes much more sense now.
How ironic that a scholar of such wide renown would raise a son of such lowly character. Father would be just as astounded, I'm sure.
Did you notice any injuries upon Williams as of late?
Yes. More specifically, upon his arms. Did you see anything?
Not as I recall. No. I mean, he very rarely left the house, much less took part in any dangerous... Why do you ask?
We're just considering various possibilities. I think we've learnt much. The lights in this manor seem remarkably dim as compared to those in other estates. Or is it just me?
No, you're quite right. They were altered on Master's request, for he'd grown increasingly sensitive to light over the last half year, unable to stand even average lamplight.
Did he have any other unusual symptoms?
Several dietary issues, or preferences, rather. He ate less and less, preferred his steaks rarer, and most other foods turned his stomach.
An aversion to light, a new liking for raw meat, and Royal Academy research. No, surely not.
They're markedly different to his original symptoms. It would appear that he contracted some rare condition.
The paintings around the manor are a little unusual, are they not?
What are you implying?
I'll not hold my tongue. The paintings hung when I visited as a child were classics, priceless pieces, and now, hung in their place are poor copies.
You've a keen eye. Yes. The manor's debts led Master and I to discuss how best to recoup a little money. That was our solution.
That makes sense. Many academics struggle with financial burdens. You must find it quite difficult.
I've heard that Williams, as an established scholar, was affiliated with the Royal Academy. Could you enlighten me as to the focus of his research? If it's not a good time, then don't worry about it. We can continue along a different line of investigation.
It's just that the fruits of his research are the Academy's dominion. I cannot divulge them, I'm afraid. To do so would go against Boris's wishes also. You must forgive me.
It's all right. You've already given us so much to work with. My thanks. We will return if we have any further questions for you.
And once that detective comes to question us, we can... Oh!
My ears are burning. What are you conspiring about, I wonder?
Nothing. No conspiring going on here. I wouldn't dare. My name's Grant. I never step a toe out of line. You can ask them. Honestly, it's just my first time seeing a detective in the flesh. I was working up the courage to ask about your escapades.
Your conspiracy can wait until I've finished my investigation, you little rascal. What were you doing on the day that Williams died?
I heard it out. Oh, and Hannah. Hannah did too. You can ask Jekyll if you don't believe me. It's the truth.
Calm yourself. I'm just asking some basic questions. Where did you go then?
To Willie's Teas and Coffees. I was buying coffee beans. Hannah went to the bakery for bread, I think. Yes. Well, in any case, we weren't even here. And we didn't murder anyone. Jekyll will back us up.
I'm just trying to understand the basics, and yet he's treating this like some interrogation. All right, why don't you tell me a little of the master of this manor, Williams?
Huh? Why me? Oh, I see. Yes, you're thinking children are naive and pure. They'd never lie. That's it. That's why you're asking me.
Wrong. I'm singling you out due to your bubbly demeanour. You don't seem affected by Williams's death in the slightest.
I suppose you're not wrong, Detective. The thing is, another will take his place as master of the manor. He was a fine fellow, though. Skimp by the end, but always making sure we staff had enough to feed and clothe ourselves. Up until a few months ago, that is. I feared he'd forgotten all about me. About us. Locked himself in his room all day, only letting Jekyll inside.
Jekyll helped him with his experiments and research, did he?
Master Williams was low on funds, as I said. He couldn't afford an assistant, so he tasked his butler with the job instead. Well, I believe that's all I have to say on Master Williams. I suppose I'll be off to find another master over the next few days.
Did you notice any physical injuries of his? On his arms or hands, perhaps?
I wouldn't know about all that. We were hardly close, you see. Jekyll might know. I'd say he didn't have a scratch, though. Not like there's anything that could wound him in that room.
What was with the stare you gave me earlier? Do you know something about this pendant?
I certainly do. It's Jekyll's pendant, you see. And that's Madame Maria's photo inside it. Are you following, eh? Do you see now? Oh, how the plot thickens.
You're suggesting there are illicit relations between Maria and the butler?
I don't believe Madame holds any feelings for Jekyll, no. But he's long had a soft spot for her. Now that I'm sure of. Actually, were she to reciprocate, I dare say it wouldn't be so illicit after all. Master's dead and she's free. The world is at her fingertips now.
If that were the case, Jekyll would likely be in a much jollier mood.
Well, that's precisely it. She hasn't returned his feelings yet. If she went along with it, there would be no issue at all.
Was Williams ever aware of this dynamic between them?
I'd bet a year's wages that he never knew a thing. I actually hinted sometimes rather obviously at the matter. He never caught my gist, though.
I was right to call you a rascal, you little stirrer. I can't rule out the possibility that Jekyll murdered Williams to get closer to Maria. Even so, he doesn't seem the type. Not at all. How old are you anyway? Are you even of legal working age?
I'm over 30, I'll have you know. Just a little vertically challenged is all. I jest. Children in the workplace are common in modern society, Detective. I thought you knew.
I hadn't thought it common in Sylvernia. No. I suppose things have changed.
You needn't worry about me, Detective. I'm fine. I shall let you continue investigating onward. But if you see a job opening, put in a good word for me.
Good day, sir. We are here to investigate the circumstances of Mr. Williams's passing. Mind if we enter?
Clear off. I'm not letting you in, not letting you meddle with my family affairs. Bugger off now!
Up with you, Boris.
And what do you want? My father's dead and gone. You've no power here anymore. It's all your fault. You're nothing. You get out of...
As I said, I eagerly await your grand reveal, Detective. I won't let him stand in your way. Madeline and I have affairs to attend to. I'm afraid we can't join you for now. Investigate as best you can. Flex those deductive muscles. Don't miss a single detail. However, if you find yourself at a dead end, then seek me in the Sunday Lounge. I'll answer what questions you have.
Very well. Baron Edgar. He's pulling out all the stops to aid me, a little unnervingly so. It's time I investigated the scene of the death. The door sports an old-fashioned lock, which, once locked from within, requires a key to be opened from outside. Of course, Boris ended up procuring a lockpick from somewhere. That was how he gained access, and the body was found after all. Odd. The closet is empty. It would appear the servants have yet to sort through the late master's possessions. And yet, the closet has been cleared out. On closer inspection, I see several marks upon the inside. It's too dark to see clearly, however. That's a fair sight better. Long, thin marks, all irregular in placement, as if something was forcibly unstuck from the closet's interior. I shall keep it in mind. The area that Williams must have slept in, myriad items are stuffed beneath the bed, all coated in thick dust. It's unlikely anyone has been hiding here. A clear indentation runs between the mattress and frame. Perhaps Williams had shoved something in there. Whatever he may have stashed here, it's nowhere to be seen now. A long men's coat. It may well be Williams's. The leather shoes set below smell familiar somehow. A sweet aroma, yet slightly bitter. I've smelt it before, but where? I'd best ask one of the maids.
The clothing in the corner of the room. I see nothing out of the ordinary about it.
Was the clothing present in the room when the body was first discovered? I noticed a peculiar smell, and feel it may be of relevance to the case.
Why, yes, of course. Nobody's touched it. And anyway, Master's garments were washed almost every day. I can't see how they'd smell at all.
Williams's notebook. It's mostly full of scribblings.
I can make out blood, the 4 humours, and, red ochre powder, crushed cochineal, and golden syrup. These are ingredients in fake blood as used in theatre.
Is that so? Perhaps he had aspirations beyond academia, with sights set for the stage.
These writings grow ever messier as they go on. They note Silvernian history. Aha! Of particular note is this part. Boris, that child wants me dead.
An empty syringe with water stains upon the needle, yet not a drop of whatever it once held. Williams was a medical researcher, yes?
Yes, but not one to administer medicine in his own bedroom. There isn't a counter or anywhere to do so. It's unlike him. Then it's potentially a syringe taken here from a laboratory.
A roll of adhesive tape. A common stationery item. It's torn cleanly, sticky at the edge despite being exposed to the air. It was in use only recently. That's all the clues on the table. If nothing else, we can be sure of the fact that Williams and his son had a strained relationship, as Sydney suggested. Yet what purpose fake blood could serve in his research remains a mystery. I fear that forming a hypothesis at this stage will be nigh on impossible. Aha! Actually, Vertho, the gas you mentioned. Could it have been fake blood that fooled you? Ouch! Ouch.
Such trickery may be enough to fool a layman, but it'd take far more than that to fool an expert such as I.
A slender blade, blackened by flame. The handle suggests to me that it's a common letter opener. Wait, its shape. Perhaps, given its shape and size, it could well be the implement used to inflict the wound Vertho states she saw. Is this a button, maybe? A number of metal clasps and buckles remain in the ashes, likely from different items of clothing. What are they doing in the fireplace? Torn fibres can be seen amid the ashes. Those not burnt to cinders feel woolen to the touch. I've a firm conclusion. A heap of clothing was cast into the hearth along with that letter opener, and not long ago either. They wished to burn it all. Whoever did so is likely the culprit behind all this. If there is a culprit, they're covering their tracks by destroying evidence. In any case, what this lead proves is that somebody definitely entered and interfered in this room, which is to say, there's more to this case than a mere heart attack victim. I've looked over everything in the room now. Yes, it's time I return to see Vertho to organise what we have learned so far.
Any breakthroughs to speak of, Detective?
I have several working theories. Let us sort through our leads together. The maid, Sydney, stated that the deceased was last seen yesterday at breakfast, after which Williams retired to his chamber to conduct research. It's unclear if anybody entered the room after that. He remained within. At around 3 in the afternoon, a scream was heard coming from inside.
Thus, Sydney and the others attempted to force entry, yet the door was locked from inside. Boris unlocked it with a lockpick, and Williams was found on the floor, not breathing. A scream as he suffered a heart attack and fell could be plausible, and yet, the young master's behaviour warrants suspicion. He demanded a sheet be laid upon his father the very moment the death had been confirmed, almost as if he wished to conceal something.
Yes, various sources point to their relationship being strained at best. Williams feared his son wished him harm, and may have taken measures to protect himself. As for Williams's wound, although you saw it, the servants did not. The clues, unearthed from the fireplace ashes, and your account do suggest that it could have been inflicted by a letter opener though. All minor details in the scheme of things. If this is indeed a murder case, then one question remains.
Which is?
How did the victim perish?
A heart attack still remains plausible, yet mechanical asphyxiation or a range of other theories also hold water. All feasible. I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Where is our killer?
You mean to say the murder?
The deceased returned inside following breakfast, locking the door from within. His body was found at 3, yet he was clearly alone in the room. As you suggest, the cause of death appears to be a heart attack, or an outside force impeding his breathing. If this was murder, then the killer would have had to be right by the victim, which begs the question, where were they when the door was opened?
Perhaps they hid themselves within.
That's the only possibility. And yet, this room offers few hiding places. Unlocking the door would have only bought the killer a little time. There are no signs of anyone hiding underneath the bed. The chimney is far too narrow to grant passage. And this is a windowless room, which only leaves... where I found the marks. I have a theory to test, but to avoid having to use the evidence itself, I'll need supplies from Sydney.
Huh? Where are you going now?
I must test a theory. We'll need some tape, just like that set on the desk there.
Ah, Master's stationery. He always kept extra in storage. I shall bring it right away.
Thank you. Here we are. Now, I'll be needing an assistant, so to speak.
You're back. Where did you run off to?
I went to get something. I don't wish to move the evidence in this room, so I acquired another roll of tape to test something out. Sydney has many spares.
And what is this something you wish to test? How the killer escaped a locked room? I've been pondering that very question myself. It's a conundrum indeed.
What if the killer never left, but instead concealed themselves somehow?
You mean?
I've an idea that might answer all. To test it, I'll be needing your help.
Certainly. Experiments are my passion, after all. What do you require of me?
The tape you asked for, Detective.
Wait. Now wait just a moment. Why must I sit here? What are you doing?
You needn't worry. Just leave this to me. I'll be gentle, but this may cause some discomfort. It's by no means a large closet. The killer must be of small stature, or else they'd be far too cramped while hiding in here. To avoid their limbs shifting about and making noise, they tape them in place. It might suggest they're prone to slight involuntary movements.
Wait!
The marks that were left suggest the highest taping point was the ankle. The middle to lower marks must have been left by taping their knees in place. From the length of them and the position the killer was in, they'd have fixed their shoulders in place too. That makes their position within this closet even clearer to me now.
Ouch! Nice of you to zone back in and actually get me out, Detective. I thought you'd grown deaf.
Apologies, Firtho. My mind was somewhere else.
If you're considering whether the culprit concealed themselves in the closet, I can confidently tell you that no normal person could maintain that position for very long. In fact, they'd probably end up choking themselves and croaking before Williams. But more importantly, you claimed we'd hold an experiment. That was nothing of the sort. You just took me and... Wait. Don't tell me you often conduct such experiments in your investigations, claiming it'll help crack the case.
Well, if it helps recreate the events of the crime and my help is willing and able, yes, I only tied you up a little anyway. I'm certain Alf or anyone else wouldn't have had any issues with it. Where are you going? I fear I've angered her somehow. Was I too rough just now, perhaps? Or was it my experiment itself? Maybe I shouldn't have sprung it on her like that.
Oh, what are they still doing here?
It seems the young master of the manor has sobered a little. Let's ask a few questions. meet again, young Master Boris. No reply. I'll have to prod him a little then. Why the drinking, Boris? Is it because of the loss of your dear father?
Whiskey? Whiskey, brandy, rum. What's your poison?
You didn't get along too well, or so I hear.
Won't cough up his money for me. Spends it on his nasty little experiments, he does. Oh, wait. He's dead now, so... Is he dead? Oh, he's gone in any case. Doesn't matter how he's gone.
Tell me, how much debt have you built up?
None of that matters. I've paid off my debts now.
You have? With what exactly? He's avoiding eye contact. From my investigations, I've learned he'd often take his father's funds to pay off his gambling debts. One last question, then you're free to go. It's about the scene of the crime.
The crime? Well, what's he asking of me?
He's flown into a panic. Relax. You were the first to see the body, correct? All I ask is that you describe the scene to me.
I was asleep at the time, yes. Then a maid came running over saying something had happened in Father's room. They couldn't open the door, so I brought a lockpick. Then the door swung open and I smelled burning.
That would be the clothing burnt in the fireplace, as I suspected.
I saw him there on the floor, dead as a doornail. Eyes rolled back in his head.
The deceased's eyes are closed, a slight pain in his expression. The skin of his face, lips, ears, and the nail cuticles are purpled. There are signs that he bit his own tongue.
Boris states Williams's eyes were rolled back, open. Quite different when we found him. Go on, please. Aside from the eyes, what else caught your attention?
All right, I'm thinking. His eyes had rolled back and his tongue was stuck out. There was blood on his lips. He was pale. Ghostly pale. Sent a shiver down my spine, it did.
You didn't do anything to the body, merely placed a sheet over it and took it to the cathedral, correct?
Yes. I put a sheet over. How did you know that?
Boris didn't damage the body in any way. That means the injury's still unexplained. I'll need to verify this with another witness. To avoid them tipping one another off, I'd better have Firtho start questioning the others, keeping them apart. Think back to when we first saw the body. Can you recall Williams's face?
Of course. His eyes were closed, and he looked pained too. His face, lips, ears, and nail cuticles were a little purplish. What fine theory are you testing now, Detective?
I spoke to the first person to discover Williams, his son, Boris, and he described the deceased's face quite differently.
Once again, you're doubting the legitimacy of the corpse we disinterred. Well, let me repeat myself. I knew Williams, and I know that was definitely his body. Before you say anything, yes, I checked to ensure he has no identical twin, nor a secret heir that looks just like him.
Look, I understand your frustration, but we cannot ignore these glaring discrepancies in his appearance. After Boris, the maids, Sydney and Annie, witnessed Williams's body. I need you to question one while I question the other to keep them separate. It's paramount that we do not let them hear each other's testimonies.
Master's face. When I first saw his body.
Frankly, it's something I've tried to make myself forget.
Just describe the scene to me.
Relax.
Fine. If you insist, then I remember it. Yes.
I remember it well. He was smiling.
His eyes were screwed shut, lips pursed, the fear of death written across his face.
That's what I saw.
He looked afraid to die. with his eyes shut tight. Anything else? How can they have 3 different accounts?
The most rational explanation is that, for reasons unknown, they're all lying, or that none of them saw the truth at all.
This doesn't seem to be bothering you at all.
Is that so? It's just that there's much to suspect in this case. And yet, I can't figure out how it all fits together. The vanishing wound, the killer's location, the witnesses' differing accounts, and Williams's expression. I've a theory in mind, but it's still missing a piece, I fear. Were my brother beside me now, would I still be stuck at this dead end, I wonder?
Pull yourself together, detective. What was it that fellow said? Find me in the Sunday lounge if you hit a dead end, or something.
Baron Edgar, the administrator from the Royal Academy.
That's the one. Though an odd character, he seems to have access to reliable information. He must have something for us to work with if he's extended such an invitation.
You're right. We should seek him out.
We? Go yourself. I have matters of my own to attend to.
Hey, you urged me to meet with him, then you abandoned me.
My clinic has been closed for almost 2 days running. I can't keep my patients waiting now, can I? Moreover, you said yourself that Alf or anyone else would work as an assistant instead of me. I suppose I'm just that replaceable. You've made it more than clear that I'm not providing much assistance anyway.
I don't quite follow. I didn't mean you were replaceable. I meant the precise opposite. You've got your own skill set, just like the others. Alf's handy with a flamethrower, and Lauren...
Ah, right, of course. I'm useful for my medical know-how, and that's about it. Speaking of which, my patients await. So you'll have to proceed alone, detective.
Fine. Maybe I didn't say the wrong thing at all. Maybe Firtho just needs to see her patients. Well, that's a relief.
I knew it.
I can't help but feel that Firtho's been acting rather peculiarly toward me today. She started acting up right after I untaped her and got her out of the closet. Actually, it was even before that. It's frustrating that we're still to crack this case. She'll come around once I figure out the murderer. Now, to go and have a chat with that Baron. Bird's eye view of the city sharpens the mind.
Drinking, you see, is a philosophy in and of itself. The history of spirits is intimately entwined with religions, races, and the unfolding of human history, while this bar's selection is modest at best. A gentler tipple suits a would-be connoisseur admirably.
Baron, sir, your friend has arrived.
My dear detective, come, sit. So you come here alone? Struggling to advance your case, perhaps?
I've combed through the manor and have several theories, but no way to prove any. I assume you've information that I do not. I'd appreciate it if you shared what you know.
All in good time. I'm intrigued to hear what these theories of yours might be. And besides, taking a seat without having a drink is a little uncouth, my friend. I see. The missing killer, a self-healing wound, and the matter of the contrasting testimonies, too.
None of this seems a surprise to you.
Are you familiar with how alcohol was first found? Storage solutions were limited in ancient times. Hence, we'd store grain harvests in simple shacks. If the sun, wind, and rain weathered that grain in just the right way for just long enough, it would begin to change. The paths of fate aligned, and it yielded a most tantalizing drink. The tale of Howard Williams is similar, in a way. His research led him down a path. His fate hit a fork in the road, and he became...
You mean...
Yes. The man who died in that room is no longer a man at all. He possessed power enough to heal even when his heart had stopped, to claw out of his own grave. I presume you've heard the rest already, of his aversion to light, forcing the servants to dim every lantern in the manor, for, you see, he had become a vampire.
If that's true, then... no. Wait, why would you know any of this? The Royal Academy's research into vampire creation was Williams's work. Research that you had him undertake.
Strictly speaking, I merely provided suggestions, some aspects of Silvernian history that could be of use. Ideas which he then acted upon, like the concept of recreating certain life forms from the age of Queen Mary. Howard was thrilled to learn how lucrative that research could be. The Royal Academy is hard-pressed to intervene if a scholar finds he's passionate about a certain avenue of research. It's not our place, you see. Progress reports, approving funding and the like. That's our domain.
You knew he was conducting research to turn himself into a vampire. Most perilous research.
No research is entirely without peril, detective. A scholar must understand the danger when they set upon that path. As for his research to turn himself into a vampire, as you say, I believe he was quite successful. Don't you think this serves to answer your doubts surrounding the case? There is no culprit. For the only one who caused harm to Williams was the man himself, and the servants' varying accounts would be due to Boris ordering them to hide the fact that his father was a vampire. For that research had filled him with the fear of death. Now, that vanishing wound. Such restorative capabilities are only to be expected in vampires.
If you speak the truth, then where is Williams now?
That I do not know. He likely crawled out from his grave and retired to some cave. That'd explain the missing corpse now, wouldn't it?
Put like that, it does indeed solve my doubts on this case. And yet...
Do not listen to him.
Vertho, you're finished already.
I needed to conduct some tests. That's what you expect me to say, I presume? Well, yes. I'm finished with that, and I happen to be passing by. All it took was a few short years for the Royal Academy to fall so low, to support such ridiculous research.
Waltzing in with part of a corpse, eh? Very much your style, Miss Mortis.
So you know what this is? This is Howard's arm, or what I removed of it last night. The tissue decay places his time of death at around midday yesterday. According to you, he would have already completed his vampiric transformation by then. Would you like to explain why this tissue decay matches that of a human corpse, then? This restorative power you've claimed he possessed was by no means a localized phenomenon, I assume?
You do love the sound of your own voice. Much like your father. Shoot down my points all you like. I am no scholar, after all. I've never associated with your academic discussions. But, dear detective, you still wish to learn the truth, even if it challenges your assistant's judgment, don't you? Well, as fate handed man the gift of alcohol from grain, I shall hand you a key to unlock the answers. Head to the Research Academy's High Peers branch. There you shall find that which you seek.
Wait, if Firtho's approximation of Williams's time of death is correct, that goes against Sydney's testimony. I must mull this over. Sydney mentioned that they heard a scream from Williams's chamber at 3 in the afternoon. On opening the door, they found him dead. In their minds, that scream was Williams's dying cry. Firtho's test results conflict with Sydney's testimony. If both are true, then there must be some other reason for that scream.
A new scholar around here, perhaps? Can't say I recognize you.
No, I'm investigating a case. I was advised to visit. My contact gave me this key.
This is Mr. Williams' key. I understand. I shall take you to his laboratory.
So, the Baron was telling the truth. Williams really was conducting vampire research.
This is all that Mr. Williams left behind. Please, search through it as you wish.
Excuse me, do you know if anyone else has been through Williams's possessions over the last 2 days?
Nobody has. Academy administrators and Williams himself aside, none are permitted entry to this laboratory. However, he moved numerous items out not so long ago. I recall they included a red and a yellow vial of something or another, and a mask.
Had he ever explained what those liquids were?
Oh yes. If memory serves, he said they were for self-protection and teaching a lesson.
My thanks. For self-protection and teaching a lesson. On first entering the room, one is greeted by those highly gaudy masks with elastic on the back to keep them on one's head. Are these actually of any relevance to his research? There are 7 spaces for masks on the stand. 1 remains empty. All kinds of reagents are stored across the test tube racks. Without corresponding research notes, what they're used for remains unknown. 2 spaces are empty. Somebody must have removed them. A range of different reagents, of which 2 have been taken away. I'll need to figure out what those 2 are. These writings are more detailed than those I perused at Williams's manor. They record all kinds of notes on the self-testing he did for his research.
I believe these must have been written for the Baron. They're in a much neater hand.
Indeed. Interim research reports detailing the experiment's effects on his body, which do, to some extent, resemble various vampiric characteristics, such as improved restorative abilities, a paler complexion, increased light sensitivity, and on several occasions, even the vanishing of his very vital signs. No wonder Edgar came to believe that Williams was already a vampire.
Do not rush to conclusions. A scholar transforming into a vampire? Without hard evidence, all we have that supports such a theory are scrawled notes. As for inducing a paler complexion and light sensitivity, well, any physician could achieve those results.
Yes. Yes, you're quite right. That said, this does prove that Williams wished to show such results to the Baron. To have Edgar believe him capable of this transformation, some kind of ceremony is mentioned in later pages. The vampiric transformation rite. One must inject the serum into the subject's bloodstream, then cover their face in a mask. Once transformation is complete, this mask shall replace their facial muscle tissue and remain as the face of the vampire.
Pop on a mask and inject a little serum and that's it. This gets more bizarre by the second.
True, but why do you seem so eager to not do anything stupid, Firtho? Allow me to wrap my head around this vampire business first. It's a case file containing a series of studies into vampire legends from throughout history. It appears they may once have existed in Sylvania after all. Williams wanted for their return. There are records of the transformation serum he prepared too. It's red in colour. This appears to detail a certain kind of nerve agent, a yellowish solution formed of potent tetrodotoxin, alkaloids and a medley of other materials, capable of suppressing one's vital signs for brief periods. A way to fake death, perhaps. Williams writes that objects can also be treated with the solution to endow them with its properties and effects.
However, he doesn't add much more information than that. Then I fear it won't be of much referential value.
Wait, a mask is missing. It'd cover one's features entirely. If the mask was at Williams's home yesterday, then that may be the answer to our conundrum. There's a bed here, likely where Williams would rest in between experiments. Scholars bury themselves in research, skipping meals, even sleeping in the lab. A most impressive thirst for knowledge. Various notes on alchemy and the four humours, along with speculation on the roots of vampirism. I see even Williams himself was sceptical about their existence. While those questioned all lied, they didn't stick to the same story, almost as if they wished to hide something that had prevented them from seeing the truth. Williams was wearing a mask when he was found, meaning that nobody saw his face. Boris was intent on sweeping anything vampire-related, including this bizarre mask, under the rug. And then he urged the others to hold their tongues, which would explain why their accounts all differ. I know why the servants all lied to us. It's the mask. That mask's existence explains their differing stories. The Baron implied that Boris ordered the servant staff to keep the whole vampire business a secret. Williams was wearing the vampire mask when he died. Thus, each servant came up with a falsified account of his expression to hide that very fact. I've also several theories as to those concoctions he took with him. I cannot be certain until I learn just what they're used for, however. At present, it would seem that only only the Baron's vampire theory can explain all of this. Williams became a vampire.
Does that scare you, Detective? You've been doing it all day. A thought comes to you, then you stare into space. And not in the usual way, like when you're deducing details. I feel you're worried there's a chance it might just be true. And so that sharp mind of yours keeps filling your head with visions of vampires.
I'm accepting it as a minute possibility, yes. Such legends were rife during Queen Mary's reign, after all. I must say, though, your observation skills have made leaps and bounds, Vertho. I hadn't thought you'd be eyeing me so closely.
I am a doctor. Thus a knack for observation is what my duty demands. Much like you and your detective work, and my work demands I keep a close eye on your condition. Just like your detective work demands you drag me into your crime scene recreations. You should see the logic in that, no? Or let me explain it another way. You're different. Special, I suppose. Hence I'll always want to keep my eye on you. Perhaps, to you, I am also ever so slightly special. That's why you entrust me with certain matters you wouldn't ask of anyone else.
But of course, you're anything but replaceable, and most special to me.
Is that so?
Ever since you were a child, you've been quiet, yet thoughtful and considerate. A reliable sort. Never do you turn down my requests, not even if I turn up at your door with mangled remains pleading for you to test them. Any common doctor would turn me down at once, but not you.
So I'm a special sort of doctor to you? That's what you're saying?
Precisely. A special, superior doctor capable of things her contemporaries could never dream of. You may be withdrawn, and at times cold, yet you manage to keep a clear head when I cannot. I'd never be able to put my trust and faith in another doctor. Only you.
Well, in any case, it seems you've searched through everything here, which means it's my turn to step up.
It is? To do what?
This place is littered with medical and biological writings. They're bound to have information on this serum. I'll read through them tonight. So you rest the night at Williams Manor, but keep your eye on that young master, and the others, come to think of it. I shall see you in the early morning.
Very well. Don't slave away into the wee hours. Remember to rest. See you tomorrow.
I'm the fool, really. To raise such things with someone whose mind is all deduction and logic. I doubt she'll ever truly get it. No matter how you may see me, as a doctor, a friend, just a woman with a case to crack, the way I think of you has never changed, Detective. To me, you're more special than any other. So I shall never disappoint you, no matter what.
I fell asleep on the sofa.
Hey! Get a hold of yourself!
What's that racket? I should go and see.
I urge you to be patient and wait, young Master Boris.
Wait for what? You've no right to keep me here! I've had it with this manor, this family, with all of you! You wait all you like, but I never want to see that thing return.
That thing?
That thing? You mean Master Williams, sir? You fear that his experiments were a success, and that he shall return for revenge. The Baron's order is clear, sir. Until the detective reaches a verdict, nobody is...
What of him and his orders? Do you not fear that thing's return, or are you all mad? If you've any sense, you'll flee now with me. That old Fool! He brought death upon himself, used every means available to become something not man, not demon, but Mother was always too stupid to see it. And you're no butler, you're this Baron's lapdog. Sydney, don't you see? Won't you join me? We can sell off this manor and run as far as our legs will carry us.
Enough. This thing, that thing. I've had enough of this ridiculous guessing game. I shall be bringing this case to an end today. Allaying your fears, clearing up rumors, and solving this mystery. Until then, I ask that you cease discussion of whether this was murder, suicide, or anything else, and that you stay in the manor. Jekyll, keep a tight rein on Boris. Do not allow him to spread panic. As for everyone else, just mind your step to avoid damaging any evidence.
Handled with poise, my dear detective. Well done.
Do you have something to say to me?
Oh, nothing in particular. I see Miss Mortis is absent today. Busy elsewhere, is she?
Miss Mortis? Firtho? Right. Firtho said she'd be here early. What's keeping her? Thank you for the reminder. I'll see where she's got to. Come to think of it, you're also a suspect. So if you've no pressing business, I ask that you remain in the manor too.
As you wish.
Firtho mentioned she'd pore over the research materials in Williams's lab. Perhaps she's still there. Here we are. I'd better hurry and find her. What? She's not breathing. No heartbeat. Firtho's arm. There's a puncture, as from a needle. The skin around it is bruised. Purplish. What's wrong with you? Firtho! Please, Firtho, wake up!
"4 hours, 6 minutes. I administered it at midnight and found myself losing consciousness at 2:40. I had all but slipped away by 3. My arm showed purplish bruising after being injected with the nerve agent. According to my measurements, I'd have been unable to wake myself for 4 hours, and my muscles remain weak after waking. Sluggish.
You're back, Firtho. You administered what exactly? What were you thinking?
Howard serum. Last night we found both the red and yellow concoctions that had been lost. There was no time to gauge the transformation serum and the nerve agent's effects, so I resorted to more basic measures.
You injected yourself with the stuff.
I even wore the mask. Yet, unfortunately, little happened. As for the nerve agent, its effects were as you saw just now. I appeared dead, did I not?
You idiot. It doesn't matter how much we needed results. Why would you test it on yourself?
A necessary means to solve the case, no? Gaining an understanding of unknown medicines. One of a doctor's duties. It's my responsibility, if I'm to be a doctor worthy of working with Silvernia's greatest detective. I'll be fine. Don't you worry. What matters right now is the lead I just found. You remember it all, yes? The serum's effects, the procedure rites, what happened to me?
Yes, I'll remember every detail. You've helped find the final piece to this puzzle. Thank you, Firtho.
You're welcome, Detective. Now go and close this case. I believe in you. Unveil the truth that bears itself to you. It's the first time in 3 years as your only assistant, Detective. Did I do well?
I never imagined that Firtho would take such measures, all to help me with the case. I must think back over all this one last time. The truth is almost within my grasp now. The figure's face was obscured by a vampire mask. That mask was part of the vampire transformation rite that Williams wrote of, but it could also have been used to hide the body's true identity. His notes mentioned a metamorphosis into a vampire that would occur were one to inject the serum and don the mask. He happened to be wearing that mask when he was discovered. He'd already completed the transformation rite. That's why the wound healed itself. I almost have it now. It was Boris who entered Williams's chamber, slashing at him. He tried to obstruct the investigation in an effort to hide the truth. He is the only culprit in this case. So it is true. Man transforming into a vampire, then returning from the dead. I should make haste in returning to the manor. It is time everybody knew the truth. Welcome, one and all, to this unveiling of the truth. The truth behind this case starts with a lie. One you were asked to weave, a falsehood concerning your master's face.
I see you've realized a key point. That Mr. Williams had completed his vampiric transformation prior to his death. He'd transformed, yet may still have held a burning resentment for one among us. Perhaps he shall return for revenge.
No! Lies! I did nothing! I didn't kill him! Some detective you are!
So what do we do now? Will the master return to exact vengeance and kill us all?
I told you to run, but nobody listened! I'll kill you all! I knew it! I knew! You should have been cut into pieces, burned in a fire!
If a vampire has truly entered our midst, then what remains to be done is the work of a knight. Or a nun, perhaps. There is no deceased, so to speak, in this case. Though Boris stabbed Williams, and you all concealed that truth, he didn't slay his father. That said, he's clearly not mentally fit enough to remain living here. I advise you to have him sectioned in a hospital.
I understand.
The office was left empty for quite a while. pennant. How could this be?
A sorry state of affairs, Detective. I no longer suspect you of stealing the body. I understand that this case did not take the path you had hoped for, but you have done all in your power. We failed to prevent these matters of the supernatural, and that is our burden to carry now.
You truly believe in vampires then, Rex? I thought I did, but now I'm not so sure. While such stories have dominated the newspapers in recent days, none has so much as witnessed this vampire. One, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Let's cut to the chase before you are silenced for good.
Sylvania's future hinges on many controlled variables. Perhaps you are one of them, Detective.
It's you. Who's hid this here?
Keep the income flowing. We'll need it. Surprise evaluation.